Whoa, hold on. Are you letting other people talk you out of your reality? Why do they get a say on whether how you feel is valid or not valid? Is literally what I said to a dear friend of mine. And this is something that I keep telling clients over and over again because this is very common. We give our power away. And this in this particular situation, which is quite sneaky, and we know the other person means well and we trust them. However, if we're programmed to give our power away, if we're programmed to, tiptoe and try to make the other person's life easier and better, we tend to forget ourselves and self-abandon. This is why I'm bringing this video here today and this topic, because it's an important one. In this particular scenario, how do we navigate this? How do we take our power back? How do we feel confident, empowered? And remember that we are the co-creators of our own reality. So if this is how you want to feel, what you want to expand into, let's dive right in. This video was inspired by a conversation that I had with a dear friend who was sharing an experience, a conversation that they had with their partner. And as he was sharing, he goes, "This is how I expressed how I felt." And I asked something and I said, "Well, what about this?" And he's like, "That's what I said, but my partner's argument to that." Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Your partner's argument to you sharing how you feel? Why did they get an argument in how you feel? Why do they get a say in what your experiences and what your desires are? When we express what we want, what is true for us, maybe what hurt us. In this case, in this context, it was a person expressing their desire, and their partner who didn't feel secure in that, who didn't feel comfortable in that, maybe who has their own fears around the matter, went into, "Oh, no, you don't really want that. This is actually why you want it." And as well-meaning as it can be, right? Because even in any argument, in any conversation really, especially with two partners, everyone wants a happy family. Everyone wants love and connection and together and feeling connected but also free, and everyone wants to just feel good. So remembering that's the foundation. Everyone just wants to feel good. No one's trying to hurt the other person. No one wants to box anybody in. But when we feel like what we want isn't happening, we will try to control. We'll try to say, no, that's not actually what you want. Here's what you really want, because we're afraid. And so in this context, what happened was my friend was sharing something that was true for them. And their partner was probably, I don't know, I didn't speak to them, they weren't there. But the odds are, from what I understood from the conversation, they were feeling defensive. They want to cover it up. Like, no, let's not do that. That's not really what you want. And so we try to fix. When we feel insecure, when we feel unsure, we don't want the person to express that. We want to manipulate their reality so that it works in our favor. And it's not because we're bad. It's because that's what we do to keep ourselves safe. The reason I'm explaining it this way, from the other person's point of view, and also understanding where is it that we do that, because we tend to jump the victim, right? In an argument, whether it's in relationships, like an intimate partnership, whether it's in friendships and with family, work environment as well, we run. It's the race towards the victim. Who will get the victim role first? Like, you hurt me more, right? And it's important to understand, wait, where is it that I'm actually the perpetrator? Where is it that I'm actually the one who also does that? Because we do that, okay? We all do. And so understanding, oh, right, when I do that, when I'm trying to tell someone, no, you don't actually want that. I don't think you actually want that. How about this thing instead that I wanted? We're trying to avoid conflict. We're trying to create safety. However, we're doing that at the price of another person's expression, of another person's truth, okay? And this is, gaslighting can be a part of that, okay? So noticing when we're doing it And when it happens to us, when we're on the receiving end of that, understanding why is the other person doing that and what's underneath. So we can deal with the symptom. Oh, you said that, and like, don't gaslight me. But it really is understanding, it's like, hey, what is it that you're really afraid of? Or even going into, just because I want this thing doesn't mean, let's say, I don't want you. Or it doesn't mean that I don't want to connect with you. Or like, hey, our family is still priority for me. Understanding what is the concern underneath it, and that what they're throwing at you is usually a defense because there's a lack of safety. And there's this, well, I want the other person to go first. I want the other person to make me feel safe. Are you willing to be the first one to create safety, bring safety into the conversation? And sometimes it's hard. That's okay. Taking a deep inhale into this. I want to go a little bit deeper into this because comes up with a lot of clients as well. As we work on this, okay, I'm ready to step into my power and show up in a powerful way in my life. Whether it's work and asking, I've had, the people that I work with, it's like, whoa, I can just ask for a raise. And like, I'm not afraid of this job. I'm not afraid of like losing this job, rather. I'm not afraid of this, people thinking something of me that I want too much. It's like, they're in this ownership of like, I'm worth this, okay? And I deserve this. And it's so beautiful to witness. But the way to get to that is standing in your truth. Standing in your center and building that trust within yourself, because that's subconscious, right? That we're like, oh, it's ruining my life. If you build a partnership with it, it's golden. Okay, you are golden. Because when you build a partnership and you have that part backing you up, as soon as something comes up, it tells you. Okay, and there's a way to make that happen. And once you do, such moments as, well, the person's argument for this is, for my partner's argument for what I said is this, that doesn't even come up. Because we have such deep self-trust that right away it's like, oh, no, you don't get an argument to what I said. I just shared my experience. Or even when we start conversations like that, I'm actually giving you guys here a script. When we start conversations like that, we say, hey, I want to share something with you. I'm not looking for any input. I just want to express how I feel. Can you please try to understand me instead of trying to think of what it means for you? Okay? Or things like, I want to share something. Can you be there for my experience? And this absolutely takes, asking for consent. Not just dumping your emotions, not just dumping whatever comes up for you on the other person, but asking for consent. Hey, I would like to talk about this. Is right now a good time? Okay. Because so much of it is timing, sharing something when the person's like not feeling safe, and then you're dropping this bomb, and they're like, okay, they're more lack of safety gets activated. Not a good time. Same as within ourselves, right? So taking a deep inhale in. Coming into the body. This is safety right here. Okay, I'm welcoming you into the body because this is what trains our nervous system. How can you have these conversations or even know what you want or even feel the misalignment? Like, wait a second, this is not what I want. How can you do that if you don't know what you want? And how can you know what you want if you're not in your body? You can know what you want on a mind level, but that's not really reliable because there you are just chasing things that other people are telling you you're supposed to chase. So taking a deep inhale in. Coming into the body. Letting me know what is it that you're hearing me say. Letting me know down below in the comments. From 1 to 10, where are you at with when someone tells you, right, when you express something and they go, oh, well, this is what you should be thinking instead. Or like, no, you don't actually want that. Or, well, how about this instead, right? It's like they have a comeback right away. Where are you at with creating this, not a wall, but boundary? And that's the difference between, I made so many videos on this. There's a difference between boundaries and walls. Where do you stand in your sovereignty? And that discernment of, yeah, I love you, but this is my truth. And this is the decision I have to make. Or right now I'm just sharing my experience with you. So 1, I have no idea how to do that. 10, I'm freaking nailing it, okay? I'm the best at this. Where are you at? Letting me know below in the comments. And if this is something that you want to step into, I have a free gift for you. on the 8th of August, Lionsgate, we're going to be doing an activation where we're tuning into the 4 archetypes, the big cat archetypes. We got the lion, that is leadership and presence, but also the tiger, that is courage, right? It takes courage to have these boundaries, to speak your truth, right? And all of that is backed by Panther and the intuition, like seeing in the dark, moving skillfully through the dark. And that sovereignty, which is a lot of what we talked about today, that sovereignty of the leopard. So those are the 4 archetypes, the 4 energies that we're going to be tuning into. It is completely free because this is such a powerful time, and I want to help you guys activate it, okay? Because I have seen the shift that happens when people do this and they say yes to this and they like evoke those energies within them, and the shift is just, it's beautiful to see, and it creates a ripple effect in the world, okay? And that's what I'm all about, because when you live your best life, you give permission to others to do the same. So catch that below in the description. It says free gift. I thank you so much for being here. I thank you for watching. If you got something out of it, give it a thumbs up. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, who are there like self-abandoning or putting everybody else's opinions first, send them the video. I thank you so much, and I'm wishing you a very powerful day.